Crypto is back in the news. Did it ever leave? We'll share a disturbing social media trend involving the invisible coins and how to stay away from those skibbity toilet scammers.
Hello, darlings. And now it's time for your favorite part of the show, our Stacking Benjamin's headlines.
I know, OG, you're a big crypto
I pulled
dude.
up my Coinbase account, and I noticed that my first crypto purchase was when Bitcoin was at 6,000.
Wow.
That also coincided with around the first sale. So let's not assume that I've been piling it up since 6,000. You know?
And did you buy an entire coin and sell an entire coin at 6,000?
No. Are they coins? I don't like using that word.
But are they coins? But they're not coins.
Well, a complete one is called a complete. Yeah, it's called a coin.
Well, we got to fire whoever came up with it. Who came up with that terminology?
But in any case, you're buying fractional shares of a coin.
Allegedly, that's the main benefit of the bit.
Yes.
I refuse to use the word coin.
We're going to talk about the stock market being a roller coaster, as you said, Doug, since the beginning of the year. Crypto being a roller coaster, as it is on any day ending in Y. Our headline today is, I found incredibly interesting. As we record this right now, TikTok has its case in front of the Supreme Court to see if the Supreme Court will issue a stay or will allow TikTok to stay open. What's going to happen? So when this comes out, maybe it's gone. This particular study that I was just reading about, guys, was specifically about TikTok, but it also spills over to other social media. This was a study done by Crypto Ninjas. I'll link to it in our show notes. Crypto Ninjas and Storable. They found, shockingly, they looked at 1,000 different stories about crypto on TikTok, and they found nearly 70% of crypto advice was misleading. I know you find that shocking.
Wow. Hold on. As Grandpa used to say, stop the presses.
I know. But you got to, whenever you hear people talk about crypto and TikTok have been very linked since the time TikTok really became a thing in the United States. And they write here that as social media continues to grow, TikTok's emerged as a leading platform for crypto advice with an abundance of content, millions of viewers. No surprise, the apps host a vibrant community of crypto influencers. I actually see them in my feed all the time. Here's really the key findings from this. Nearly 70% of crypto advice is misleading. 96% of TikTok videos promoting meme coins are misleading. 96%.
Well, hold on a second. Where are the 4% that are not misleading? Are those the ones that are like, this is dog?
82% of the meme coins that were ever promoted on TikTok, 82% of them are now dead. Almost none of the crypto TikTok influencers hold relevant qualifications, while 70% of them, this is going to be shocking too, 70% of them are using the platform to promote their own paid services.
I'm waiting for the shocking part.
Right. Well, how do we respond to that? Okay.
Yes. Agreed.
Look at the number of people every year that get ripped off on TikTok and other social platforms by these crypto people, right? Every year. How many times have we done this story?
People have been ripped off on, by anything and everywhere since the beginning of time. This is just the new way to do it.
96%. That's just a monster. Like, at least with the debt relief industry, OG, you've got a 1 in 2 chance of finding somebody to actually help. You want to learn about crypto and you turn on any social media, you need to just assume it's wrong.
How is this surprising to anyone? It's the worst place to spend any time anywhere ever is social media. Like, every single solitary thing that has been like, it's comical to me that we get all up in arms around like, can you believe this whole thing is a scam? Well, yes, I believe it. It's very obvious that the whole purpose of all of this nonsense is to distract you from what's really going on and what really you should be focusing your time on, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever else there is, Reddit. Like, it's not, I don't have the number because I don't really care, but it's vastly just troll BS. Like every single solitary thing is. When you flip on Instagram, how many stories have you heard of the people who are like, I rented a jet, and it's really just some dude that like wandered onto the airport and took a fucking picture in front of a jet to like post on social media, like, look at how cool I am. Or, you know, everybody who thinks that because I'm on social media, I can say whatever the hell I want to say. And then people get all butthurt when their gets thrown in the wind because, you know, people disagree with them, because you would never say the things that you write on Facebook. You would never say to that person in their face, never in 1,000 years. I don't care who you know, people are like, oh, I would totally tell that guy. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because you're hiding behind a keyboard and you're soft as That's why you do it, is because you're soft. And so like people get all pissed off when they're like, oh, let me get this straight. TikTok is a fraud. Oh my God. Who knew? Oh, the horrors. Well, no, it's a fraud. Everything is.
I don't think he's ever met a Philadelphia Eagles football fan.
Why is that?
Because would anybody confront somebody and say that stuff to them?
Yeah, they will.
A Philadelphia Eagles football fan will definitely tell you exactly what they think.
Use that as an example. So there was that story, right, where that guy, like, and I don't know if it was an Eagles fan or wasn't, but it was some, you know, drunk kid that thought it would be cool to pick on a football player because he had like, you know, oh, I'm going to do it. And like whoever the football player was took his and broke it in front of him and then beat him up. And then the cops came and they're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have picked on a football player, you stupid dumb. Like there was no repercussions. It was awesome. Yes, TikTok is the devil. I've been telling you people this for decades. Every single chance I can get.
On social media, they analyzed 1,019 TikTok videos from well-known crypto-related hashtags like Cryptalk and crypto. Each video is evaluated based on 4 factors. Think about these 4 factors.
What a utter waste of time this was, by the way, by whoever decided to do this study.
But it's not, because people fall in this trap all the time. We do.
Good.
We do.
Good.
We do headlines about this all the time.
Good. You don't deserve to have money if you're a idiot and follow TikTok advice.
Wow. Steve has carpal tunnel now from hitting the beep button as many times as he just had
Forgot
to.
about that. I'm sorry.
Listen to these 4 factors. Number 1, the presence of disclaimers. The number of times, by the way, not just on TikTok, on any social media at all, that I have seen 0 disclaimer from somebody that I know is being paid to do an ad for a company. And there's no, in fact, there was a company that just got in trouble for this, Honey, now in the news, right? Yeah. Honey in the news, because they were putting it in their contract saying you can't have a disclaimer in there that we're paying you. Literally in the contract is what the lawsuit is about. By the way, that lawsuit's not done, but that's what they're claiming, is that Honey has had that in the paperwork. Even we've been approached by companies saying, we really don't want you to have a disclaimer. No, man, we're going to do the disclaimer. But the Federal Trade Commission has started going after people because of that. By the way, it's a cesspool, so it's going to take them forever to get through all the people that don't have disclaimers.
So Jamie Foxx on the commercial where he's like, you should bet your life savings on MGM. And he goes, and at the little bottom, the infinitesimal print at the bottom, that's like, 4-point Arial font that says, gambling is bad and you probably lose your, have to file bankruptcy. Like that is the solution.
I just want people to have the ability to see something or to be able to go, oh, are you being paid for this? Like, I do want to know. I don't care if it's in a little tiny font or whatever. I really want to freaking know. And you know how much it grinds me when I see a top podcast in our category with somebody that always puts under their name, financial expert, 0 qualifications, constantly doing paid ads for different companies without disclaimers. It's garbage. It's just garbage. That's number 1. They looked at that. Presence of disclaimers. Number 2, promotion of specific crypto assets, right? They're not talking about crypto in general. They're going, Doug, you really need to buy the basement coin. You got to buy the basement coin because everybody's buying the basement coin.
Oh, that's actually an idea. All right. If we can't beat them, let's join them.
I will be the spokesperson in a heartbeat.
Yes. I'm getting paid insane amounts of money to steal money from you on basementcoin.com.
All of a sudden the clouds go away and OG's like, oh, there is a heaven. Third, claims of expected returns on investment. This was our problem back in the day with Fundrise. I'm not egotistical enough to think that we stopped Fundrise from doing this, but Fundrise at one point had charts going up and to the right going, ours is engineered for superior returns. Really, everybody else doing real estate wants horrible returns. And you somehow in this thing that's, millions of years old, real estate, as old as the earth, there's been real estate. You're the people that finally picked the lock on engineering for superior returns. It was garbage. I don't know much about Fundrise, but I know that was garbage. Absolutely. Number 4, advice to invest a certain amount of savings or income, to literally take money, X amount of money, and put it into this thing. Additionally, we reviewed the profiles of 482 TikTok influencers to check for disclaimers, relevant qualifications, self-promotion, and we already talked about what they found. 61%, no disclaimer. 58% promote a particular crypto asset. 35% promise a particular ROI when investing in crypto. 1/3 of the time, they're giving you a set rate of return that you can expect. 50% suggest a particular amount that you should invest in crypto.
What's the demographics of the average TikTok listener? Watcher,
I don't know,
viewer?
but I can tell you the viewer because it's right at the bottom of I think Crypto Ninjas did a great job on this.
What do Crypto Ninjas sell that they're not disclosing? Because I guarantee it's something. Like they got an angle. It's not benevolence.
Crypto Ninja's goal is to teach people. Maybe they have a course.
They have to create some sense of legitimacy so that people will think, I'm going to go to that exchange.
That's true.
To do my transaction.
And maybe they are. Kind of like what you were saying about Natalia's company, right? It's like there's a bunch of shady people out there, but there's a couple of good ones. And it's probably true with, with
I'm
the
not saying Crypto
well.
Ninjas is a great company. I'm just saying I think that this study is incredibly. I
heard that 87% of stats on studies are made up.
Oh my God! I want to choke you out right now. Just
my English teacher friends would say, "What's the what is your primary and secondary sources for all of these statistics that you're using?"
On average, a misleading video, and this is why I wanted this as a headline: 840,000 views.
Wow.
24,000 likes.
Beat them, join them.
People falling for this all the time, OG.
Pivot.
So you can tirade all you want, but it's still happening.
Bet you there's a girl in a bikini on that misleading video.
Yeah. Doug sent me one. He was trying to buy a door and got snookered into something for his house. He's like,
I'm totally buying that door.
Yeah. You were like, I'm in. I don't even care. Weird. I'm totally into the door.
Lack of disclaimers, a red flag for viewers. When somebody tells you, hey, my favorite high yield savings account, to just, name something hypothetically offhand, my favorite one. Really, what does favorite mean? Does favorite mean there's no disclaimer and they're paying you? I think it might. Promoting specific cryptos, unethical practice, unrealistic ROI promises, promoting specific investment amounts. Not good.
Pause, Joe. A jaded basement dweller could hear everything you just said and say, but you guys do all of this with the ads that you read on the show, and it's your favorite, whatever it is, Monarch Money or MetPro or whatever those reads are. And we just had on a debt relief agency. Sounds like we're endorsing that. So I don't know if you want to have any qualifications to show why we're not part of the same thing, or just leave it alone. I just wanted to point that out in case.
It is clearly marked as a commercial. It is clearly marked as a commercial on our show. And when we talk about using Monarch Money, we always talk about the fact that they pay us. Now, Monarch didn't pay me before I started using them. When we've done that in the past, maybe somebody listening can give us some time that we didn't do that. We have no affiliation with Natalia Brown. We have no affiliation with National Debt Relief. I am very concerned about the number of people getting taken, which is why I did this headline. It's why I asked Natalia Brown to come in. And it's why I did this headline is I get so frustrated by the huge number of people getting taken. People are constant. We do these headlines constantly and people are still getting taken. And it eats your soul. It truly eats your soul when you see person after person after person getting just absolutely taken. So, people can point the finger at us and go, well, you guys have commercial. Yes, we do, to pay the freaking bills. And the cool thing is we get to pick who we allow on our commercial and who we don't. It was actually very funny when we learned, because there is something called remnant advertising, which we participate in, which is if we have a slot and it's not full, you'll hear a third party read an ad, not us reading the ad, and we've approved the category. And in that one, hilariously, somehow, a couple of years ago, Robinhood got through.
Robinhood, right.
Which was funny as hell. So there has been a time when we've ripped all over a company and then we let them advertise, unbeknownst to us, that was happening. But I'm also very glad that that's the exception, not the rule.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just wanted to.
I think it's great to bring up because you're right. We're going to get an email about, holier than thou people. We're definitely not trying to be holier than thou. Your rant. People are going to, you can rant all you want. People are going to stay on TikTok as long as it's open. It might not be open anymore. We might have solved the problem by the time this comes out. The Supreme Court might have ruled. We'll link to this study on our show notes page at stackingbenjamins.com. I bet we just did an accidental endorsement, I think, of Crypto Ninjas, even though we didn't want to. We totally didn't want to. That was not our goal there. But I saw this study. I'm like, we got to go here. By the way, we're gonna come back to crypto on Wednesday, crypto and the stock market, to see if we can see OG's head really explode.
You have to be so careful with things that are not in your wheelhouse. If it sounds too good to be true, it absolutely is. And if you think about the hierarchy of how companies invest their money, you look at, big giant companies and how they grow. And then you see something that says it can make 20% and yet the stock market does 10. It has to immediately jump off the page to you as it might do 20. There's another end of that volatility. It also might do minus 50. It also might do minus all, and it's totally fine. You can go to the casino and spend your money if you want. That's cool. You might hit it big, but the casino's probably going to win. And, if you're doing a little gambling and you're doing it for fun, YOLO, man. But if you're doing, if you're investing because a TikTok ad or a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad or a podcast picked a specific thing that said, absolutely 100%, you need to have this ETF or this, whatever. I'd be careful. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a personalized plan-based recommendation to me.
Yeah, I like what our good friend Roger Whitney said on the show. If anybody leads with product and not process, run away.
Oh, that's a key thing.
Yeah. Yes.